Hey everyone, I'm Kristen McGlory. For the last 10 years, I have been hunting genius recipes for Food 52, and close to 10 years ago, I found my very favorite way to make applesauce, and it's become a community favorite really in the years since too. So this recipe comes from the late Judy Rodgers and her Zuni Cafe cookbook. And while most applesauce recipes have you cook it down in a big pot on the stovetop or in a slow cooker, this one has you roast the apples, which not only is super efficient because it means that you can just kind of spread it out on whatever roasting pans or trays you have, but it also does all of the good things that roasting does for anything you put in the oven. It concentrates the flavors and it brings out a lot of those like toasty Maillard reaction kind of notes you get from browning. This is also a very different kind of video because I had my little helper, my 2-year-old daughter, here with me. So this is a simple enough recipe. You can make it with a toddler at your side, and I do recommend you make it all through fall whenever you have a whole bunch of apples to get through. Another great thing about it that people love is that it uses hardly any sugar, maybe no sugar. It depends on how sweet your apples are, and even if they're very tart, and Judy Rodgers wrote that if you bite one and it makes you squint because it's so tart, then you add the full 2 teaspoons of sugar, but it's only 2 teaspoons of sugar. So that's another thing that people love about this recipe. It has very little sugar in it. And the way that she goes about that is that she uses other things to bring out the appley flavor. Some salt, some butter, some apple cider vinegar, and all of that makes it super appley without pouring on a ton of sugar. For all of the Genius recipes, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Now, let's make some applesauce with a 2-year-old. What could go wrong? Everything rolling for me? Thank you. Who made this bite? We're gonna make applesauce, which means first we have to peel our apple. I already peeled some in here, so we can get moving. Should I try and peel this all in one big peel?
Can I eat that?
You wanna eat the peel? Yeah. Should we...
Drink.
Is this like a jump rope?
Jump rope.
Here's the really fun part. So this recipe calls for peeling, coring, and quartering apples. Do you want to peel this a little bit? Here, you gotta hold that part. Here, do you want to peel this one? And then you push away from you like this. Push. Push, see? You're peeling it. Little pieces of peel are coming off.
Can I eat this?
Sure. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. We gotta peel and core and quarter some apples. There's a couple different ways to do it. One way is probably more efficient, and the other way, you get to use a melon baller, which is more fun. You go like this to take the stem out, and it makes a little ball. See? Cool, huh?
You make a banana ball?
Yeah, look, this is the bottom part. And then we'll cut it in half. I'm gonna scoop out this middle part right here. Because what's inside? What's inside of this? And this side too. What's inside here? What's that?
It's a seed.
It's a seed. So we're taking all of the parts that are not just like apple meat out of the apple. The seeds, the stem, the blossom end, and then every apple we're cutting like this and putting in the pan. Can you put these in the pan right there for me? Perfect. And this? Yes. So push down with the sharp part like this, down, and then twist it like this. Look at that.
Did it?
I did it. Okay, now I'm gonna show the non-melon baller way, which is very efficient, where we just cut this in quarters like this, and then I know you like the melon baller way, huh? And then we just cut the seeds out of this. But look at that. That's pretty good too, huh? For me. Oh, thank you. That's a tart one. That's actually part of the recipe. We gotta taste how tart they are and then decide how much sugar we wanna add.
Mari, how much sugar do you think we should put in?
A little or a lot?
What?
Yeah. We're gonna sprinkle on some salt, and we're gonna sprinkle on some sugar.
I'm going to think for
You wanna sprinkle salt? Okay, you can do the salt first. You wanna do that salt? Can you reach it? Perfect. How's the salt? Is it good?
Can you eat a little bit?
Sure. So we got our pinches of salt on here. Now, this is the important part. We gotta taste a piece of apple and see if it makes us squint like this. And then if it makes us squint, then we know it's tart enough, we need all the sugar. So do you wanna take a taste with your other not salty hand? And see if, does it make your eyes squint? Are your eyes squinting a little?
Ooh, there's salt.
Okay, I think it is, these are pretty tart apples. They're green apples. So we're gonna put some sugar in. So, okay, since it was tart enough to make us squint, we're gonna add all of the sugar, which is still not a lot of sugar. It's 2 teaspoons. Do you wanna put that in? Yep. And then we'll toss it with the apples after we get the other teaspoon in. What are you doing?
Get her beak wet.
Yeah. Wait.
That was yummy.
Okay, so we need 2 teaspoons. We've got so far about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, about a teaspoon, a scant teaspoon. Now we're gonna
I
do,
want to do it.
okay, can you put that one in? Thank you. No, can we do all the sugar? And here, we're gonna do one more.
No, Daddy, can we eat a little bit?
Yeah, here, pour this in and you can have a little bit of what's left. Now we're gonna toss this together and we can just use our hands. Do you wanna toss it together like this? Yeah. So that's just to get all the sugar and salt stirred around. All right. Now it's all in one layer. A little bit here. How's that? Do you like it with the extra sugar and salt on it? Yeah. So here's the last ingredient for now. I'm gonna push all the way down. Yeah, we're gonna put those on top of the apples when we're done cutting it. Yeah. We just want it in little pieces so that we can sprinkle them over the apples as they roast. All right, we got some for the apples, some for you. The best recipes are the ones where all the ingredients taste just as good as the final product. Got our apples, salt, sugar, butter, putting a lid on and sticking it in the oven. We're gonna put it in at 375 just until you can stick a fork in and it's a little bit soft. Take the lid off, crank it up to 500 to dry it out and get it roasty. Does that sound good? Okay.
What is that?
Do you see what this is? Are we rolling on everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, those are cooked already?
Yeah.
What?
Ready? First, before we start putting flavorings in, we get to mash it. Do you want to mash it with this masher? Look at this. Mash. Mash. Here, do you want to mash? I'll move your bowl out of the way. Yeah. You're making applesauce. How's that look? Does that look good and saucy? And there's some more here that you can mash if you want. You want to mash these apples?
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, we're done making applesauce. Do you think we need to add any more salt or sugar or vinegar? Vinegar, let's try, you want to pour in a little bit of your vinegar? Here. And then we can stir it in. Awesome. Okay, should we stir that around? Mm-hmm. You can mash it and stir it to make sure all the apple gets some vinegar. Yeah, like that. Nice. Let's give it a taste. What are you doing over there? Mmm. Hey, your vinegar made that so yummy. What do you think? Is it good?
Spicy.
Is it spicy? High five. Can I get a low five?
Ice cold.
High five? Should I give myself a high five? Nice job, everybody.
That's rough to watch. On your own show.
So we just made Judy Rodgers roasted applesauce. All of those apples that you are taking home this fall. This is my favorite way to make applesauce.
Maybe this apple.
Maybe this apple you could make applesauce with. I hope you make this applesauce. I hope you love it as much as we do. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much. We will see you in 2 weeks. Probably still eating apples.